Imagine
Daniel,
that
you're over the top tonight. I'm not going to allow this kind of testimony.
Imagine I assault.
What is going on, guys? It is Fernando Gonzalez here with Bellingham Metro News, and we have a breaking news story. We finally have obtained footage of the City Council meeting that took place last night that ended very chaotically. You guys just got to watch for yourself. The mayor of Bellingham was there. The police chief was there. The entire City Council was there. It was just crazy. So I'm going to play that video for you right here, and I have a couple more videos to show you guys after of a altercation, not an altercation, but another city council meeting previously, I think about a week or two ago probably.
I'm nobody, no one. Albert Einstein said imagination is more important than knowledge because everyone has imagination, but only some people have knowledge. People should contemplate his implication. Miss Lund imagines there is no poverty in premier cities. So I'm asking you, Miss Lund, to imagine the injustice of homelessness thrust upon yourself. Imagine I can grab you by your throat, shove you against a telephone pole, and command you to leave a public thoroughfare in a drunken fit of rage because I am a homeowner. No charge of assault will be levied upon me, and Bellingham PD will instead tell you that you have had your fun and to be on your way. Fun. Daniel Hamill. Imagine I can insult you for living in an automobile, tell you to get out of my town, threaten you with a knife, puncture 2 of your tires with that knife, and later throw eggs at your vehicle. Only to have police say you can take your attacker to civil court to sue for property damage. No charges will BPD file on your behalf, and all caught on camera at Vallejo, because I work at Mako and rent an apartment. Michael Lillquist.
Hey, Daniel, you're being...
Imagine
Daniel, you're over the top tonight. I'm not going to allow this kind of testimony.
Imagine I assaulted you 3 times, and upon the 4th time, you defended yourself only for you to be arrested in jail.
You're attacking personally members of the city staff.
Charged by the prosecutor's office and then released 26 days later with the public defender's office stating that it was I who assaulted you who should have been charged, but won't be, and then being...
Nope.
Because I rent, no justice, no rifle.
Daniel.
I imagine I stole Skylar's $700.
Yeah. Now you're attacking councilmember children.
Charge me because I own a business.
Yeah.
I am a problem to you, am I not? I am the greatest threat to society. Because if you don't do what you're told, you'll be treated like this. Have no right to tell the truth, and Bellingham Police Department is a criminal organization that denies us our right. The power.
Okay, so that is not the kind of testimony that we want here in this in these chambers. So that's why he was removed. And I apologize for that, but there did not seem to be much in the way of recourse. They're threatening the mayor and members of council is not okay. It's not happening.
So the crazy thing is, this is not the first time that this guy has been in this council's chambers. Last week, I believe, or September 30th, he also had a testimony in front of the city council, and I'll play that right now for you guys.
My name is Daniel Myrick, but the community insists that I'm nobody, no one. We're suffering in food insecurity in a nation that wastes 40% of the food it produces because you agree to pay for your human rights. And because you've empowered money to access your human rights, you can do nothing. Tell the moneyed class what they're going to do. They're going to have their way with you. In our commitment to human rights here in Bellingham, the city supports each individual's right to be treated with dignity and to live without fear of violence, intimidation, or discrimination based on group identity or personal characteristics, included but not limited to everything but social economic status. 6 months ago, I reminded you of an entrenched culture in BPD that refuses services based on social standing to the homeless. And it is bias, and it is a violation of the city charter. On August 25th, I suffered my third and fourth violent physical assault while living homeless in the city of Bellingham. There were 2 eyewitnesses to this assault and a camera, and 2 event numbers related to it. 4 days later, I saw my attacker flag down the police when 7 citizens refused to call the police for me. And the policeman paraded me around in front of the man who assaulted me and told me there was no substantive evidence that I had been assaulted by the man, and let him go on his way, encouraging him, obviously, to assault me further. And I have received death threats from this man, and I do believe they are credible since he assaulted me physically for no reason whatsoever. The city council endorses and is the cause of these. It participates in and endangers us with this social bias. I want to know, who do I have to pay for my civil rights? Is it you, Chief of Police? Are you the one I need to pay to secure and enforce my civil rights? Is it you? Is it you, President Hamill? Are you the one that I need to pay so that I can secure my safety in this town? How about you, Mayor Lund? Are you the one that I need to pay to secure my human rights? I need somebody to inform me because I'm ignorant of this. Do I have to pay an attorney to force the city to do what it has obligated itself to do? Food insecurity. If that causes a severe psychological effect on a person, can you imagine what homelessness does? You should all suffer it so you can wake up to the fact you're a victim of your own belief systems. So am I.
Hey, Daniel.
Good evening, council.
So that's not all the video we have for you today. We do have another video. So this next video actually took place after the events of last night. So not the video that's on the screen, but the city council meeting that occurred last night. So this video was courtesy of my friend David. He sent me this video. So pretty much, we don't know this person's name, obviously, but he goes by Nobody No One. So he pretty much went on a rant after the council meeting after he was removed from the chambers. So I'll play that right now for you guys.
So you can't care about Afghanistan or Ukraine when there are people at arm's reach from you without their human rights, and not help them and then claim you care about people in another nation you'll never lay eyes on. I've lived in fucking Israel as a homeless person. I'll take every one of you there, and guess what you'll do for the Palestinians? Not shit! Just like you don't do anything for the homeless people an arm's length from you. You understand? When you protect and save them from this agreement to socially ostracize them, then you can stand up around the world and say, hey, what you're doing in Israel is wrong. Hey, what you're doing in Ukraine is wrong. But as long as you're murdering homeless people, that exceeds all forms of racism combined. That's a federal government statistic from 2007. Homeless people suffer death at the hands of those who are housed. That exceeds all forms of racism combined. It is racism because it removes my identity as a member of the human race. And you can be a bigger racist than to say I'm not even a human. I don't deserve access to my human rights, free and unimpeded access. Now, if there's a not-for-profit between me and my human rights, or there's an agreement to believe a certain way between me and my human rights, that is there to take advantage of my need of my human rights, and is to control me through my need of my human rights. So you've all been duped. And I want you to think about what Einstein said. What he said was, only a few people have knowledge, and those people are controlling you through your imagination.
They are using your tendency to imagine against you. And so you all are responsible for this. And when I learned this, I could never go back to being a slave for money that was creating social murder on 80-year-old women in walkers like Judy, and people, veterans with no legs in their wheelchair like Sarge, or the mentally ill. They can't even function in accordance with what we demand, that they could have their human rights access. And we would leave them outside to be murdered by socially acceptable, upstanding community members, because that's who's murdering us. And why? Because a homeowner can come out and grab me by the throat and shove me against the pole and order me off a public fucking thoroughfare, and the police will condone that behavior. And guess what? You do it too. You condone that behavior by driving right by me, knowing I lack free and unimpeded access to my human rights, because human rights are not words on paper. They are a responsibility that every human carries to acknowledge the other outside of them is also a human being, and you all refuse to acknowledge my humanity. That's why I don't have my human rights, and this police department has defrauded me. When I'm the victim of a crime, they try and make me the perpetrator, and when they're left with nothing to concede that they have done wrong, they make damn sure I can't file a tort or get justice on the man who they claim did assault me, and that's in the fucking Bellingham newspaper. So you fuckers need to wake up and stop virtue signaling about shit you don't give a fuck about, because you don't care about me, you don't care about strangers in other countries. Thank you for your time, and thank you for caring. I've heard that shit for 12 years. It means nothing to me. I've heard people do this in great speech and pass on the and they do shit.
So yeah, we'll end it right there. So the next city council meeting will be a special meeting. It'll be held on October the 14th at 10 a.m. So it is unclear at this moment if no one will be showing up to that meeting. You know, I don't believe there's any sanctions on him or anything like that, so we will have to wait and see if he shows up at this next meeting. Reporting from Bellingham, Fernando Gonzalez, Bellingham Metro News.